What's up, everybody? This is Jay. Thanks for coming through to another Friday Fuss. I got a lot of stuff in store for you this week. And also, of course, got the wonderful guest, Ty, joining me. So, without further ado, we're about to get it started. Now, before we really get deep into it, is one thing I do want to say is that after this episode, I will be on Twitch watching the movie Spell. So if you haven't followed me on Twitch yet, make sure you do that and check out the movie Spell. I think it's pretty good. I've seen most of it. I haven't seen it all. So, we'll check it out and get a live review. And then I'll be doing, of course, a review for the movie and breaking it down later. So, what's up, Support Gaming? I appreciate you for coming through. Whitney, my girl, how you doing, Whitney? I appreciate your help and support. You watching the Good Hair review right now? Make sure this is working, right? Okay, my bad. I thought it wasn't working. Everything, y'all can hear me, right? All right. Let's see. Cash Money, what's up, brother? How you doing? How you doing, Cash Money? And like I was saying, I got Ty going to be joining me. And so we got a couple topics, different topics, comments we're going to be talking about. So without further ado, we'll be getting that started in about another second or two. Big Ben, what's up, brother? How you doing? Appreciate you for coming through. Tanya Johnson, how you doing, sis? I got my girl Ty. She ready? Getting ready to join up. And hey, how you doing, sis?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
All right. I see you got your flag and your little Wheezy and Trump ready. Yeah, that was one of the topics I was going. Exactly. That was one of the things I was going to actually talk about. Is that picture actually? It's crazy. Some of the. Right. I can't believe well, of course, that's one of the things. Rapping and stuff is so different now, and Lil Wayne and all that. That's just, what do you think about that? Think that's a publicity stunt? You think that's really about that, or what?
I think these days that's about on brand for Lil Wayne. For the things that we've been hearing from Lil Wayne for the last few years, he was pro cops in a time when everyone was Black Lives Matter because a cop saved his life when he was a young person. Lil Wayne strikes me as someone who's very anti-Black. And so it doesn't surprise me that he would be pro-Trump. But I think that, like a lot of people, he's more concerned about protecting his money than he is anything else. And so I can't say that I'm surprised.
Right. This article talks about that, and it talks about how, Lil Wayne was on The Apprentice, so he known that was The Apprentice. What did they say? He was on The Apprentice over 10 years ago. So, they go way back, and it's just cross promotion type things. I mean, what you think? I wouldn't want any president listening to the Lil Wayne plan on what, economics or what, jobs. Lil Wayne, we got the Lil Wayne jobs program. Hey, look, I'm president of the United States. I'm consulting with Lil Wayne. This is what we're going to do. Whatever he says next don't make sense.
This is true.
Right. And you can plug in Ice Cube. Hey, look, I'm president, whoever you want to say. I consulted with Ice Cube. This is what we're going right. You talk about the next rap album or Daddy Daycare type stuff. Like, why are you listening to people like that? It's just publicity.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Let's see. I got a couple questions over here now. The new distro, he's saying anti-black. Now, I don't know if he may be anti-black, but Lil Wayne does vibe more with the rock skateboarder type. If you look at how he dressed, he was doing the skateboarding stuff and acting, praying, music. So I don't know. What do you think? I'll let you clarify on your point of you saying you think Lil Wayne was anti-black.
I believe that Lil Wayne is not concerned at all about Black people. I would say that for sure he's anti-Black woman, which is why I don't really fuck with a lot of these rappers. When I think back to not very long ago, the podcast that he sat down with 50 Cent and them talking about their love of exotic non-Black women, because that's not what you see in the hood, which I think is extra disgusting when you consider that this man has created a whole Black daughter who looks like a fully Black ass woman out here in these streets. It's just super disgusting. But no, I think that when it comes to politics and what people, what people want, politics is all about what we want to get from the system. I don't think that Lil Wayne's concerns are about the people who helped build him up to make him become this Lil Wayne. It took those poor Black people in New Orleans, buying his records, buying his CDs out of the back of his trunk when he first started, before, we even knew who he was in Texas. And then, it became a nationwide thing and a worldwide thing. And so it's just funny to me how Lil Wayne and a good handful of these Black rappers, once they get, their come up from the backs of Black people, well then look, I gotta be concerned about, my wealth, and I like what Trump is saying and what he's going to do for my taxes. Biden's going to fuck me up on my taxes. So y'all Negroes, y'all figure it out, because, I'm paid. So
right. Basically come down to actually selling out because they saving me money.
Right. And I won't, say that I don't completely understand it. You have money, you want to keep money as much as you can, I understand, but I don't look for Lil Wayne to, Lil Wayne is not Lil Martin Luther King. He's Lil Wayne, he's not Malcolm X. I'm not looking for Lil Wayne to speak up for me.
I got a new plan, baby. Lou, this is the young Moolah, baby. This is the young Moolah plan. You don't want the young Moolah plan, baby.
Right. And I would ask if anyone says, he's, not anti-Black, do you consider him pro-Black, or what's so Black about him? Like, can you tell me that? Because I would have to reverse it.
And I could agree with that. Like, I think he's so disconnected, with what people actually going through and stuff that, I wouldn't be thinking about his plan or what he doing or whatever either. I agree. And, all the drugged out and everything, say a crackhead. I didn't know he was a crackhead, but I'm not surprised. Allegedly. It's one comment I want to get back to right quick, because that was actually one of my topics, and I should have had these written down so you all knew what was coming. But next week, I'll have a rundown so you know what's coming up down the pike. So, Sweet Serenity said, and also thank you, sis, for your super chat contribution. She said, so what exactly is the platinum plan, and why are we just not hearing about it? Now, why are we just not hearing about it is exactly a great question. It's probably because it's an election. Otherwise, he didn't give a damn. But nevertheless, this is one of the topics I was going to talk about. I'm about to show you the platinum plan. It actually looks great, but my problem is, why don't you just do it? Why do you have to say, if you vote for me or if I win, this is what I do? All the stuff he's saying, he could have done it while he was in office. I'm going to put it up here, and then, Sister Ty, you tell me what you think about what you see. Let me put it on up here.
It does look like a good plan. I have seen it, but go on into that.
Yeah. All right. There we go. Now I'm going to skip down to where they kind of got it, The
bullet points of it.
Yeah, bullet points. All right, I may have skipped too fast. Here go a few. All right. Promise to Black America over 4 years. Increase access to capital by almost 500 billion. Now, they say they'll give 3 million new jobs for the Black community, which we don't know how that could, materialize or whatever. Create 500,000 new Black-owned businesses, increase capital in communities by 500 billion, by 500 billion, rather, I should say, 500 billion. And I don't know what the highest policing standards are, but he's going to do that. And, you know, I don't know what a second step act is. Is that what? Getting out of jail, getting a chance? I'm not sure on that.
I don't know.
Better education and job training opportunities. You're going to bring manufacturing. So we're going to put you back to work, manufacturing and making stuff. But did he say advance jobs and develop opportunities for Black-owned business? And then advance home ownership opportunities and enhance financial literacy in the Black community, like investing and saving money. That would be great. Immigration policy that protects American jobs. I don't know what that means. What, if you're an immigrant, you can't get a job here? I don't know how that's going to happen, but bring better health care and give Black churches ability to compete for federal resources, basically, so they can help their community. So what do you think about this?
That last point I actually do not like, and I'll tell you why. Because just like the government has been around since forever, so has the Black church, and I don't see Black churches helping Black communities by and large. Every now and then you do see that.
You see food basket and food drive and stuff. Well, a lot of people actually don't see it, but the churches do it.
No, that does happen, and I actually participate in those. You know, right. I help with food drives for churches and everything, but it doesn't happen enough. And okay, great, like this family has a great meal for Thanksgiving. However, every Sunday we're donating to the building fund for the church, and we've been doing this since I've been attending this church since I was 11 years old, and yet this church has no new buildings. There have been no renovations in this church for the last 30 years, but there's always this big drive to donate to the building fund of the church. And then you look around the neighborhood where the Black churches are, and by and large, the Black church is the only building that's halfway nice in the neighborhood, and then you look 3 blocks down the street and there is the liquor store that's run by the Asian man, where everybody's hanging out. And it's just an observation, but it's a really real thing that if church people, if these pastors were really concerned about cleaning these things up, they've had decades, they've had centuries to do it. They could have stopped it before it started. Where are the men? Because it's mostly Black women going to the Black church. Let's be honest, you got your handful of deacons, but it's mostly women sitting up in the Black church. Where are the men to tell these guys, we're not playing this here? Where are the pastors and the co-pastors and the reverends and the deacons and the bishops and everybody to run off the drug dealers who are dealing drugs like,
Do you think a drug dealer gonna listen to a reverend or a deacon?
I think that, they would. I think that they would. I think that, it seems like at least at some point in time, there used to be a code with people who, committed crime. Well, we won't touch this. Some things were sacred, okay, but we won't do this by the church, or we'll leave the kids alone. There were some of those things going on, but like you've got the power of God behind you, right? You can't stop some little drug dealer on the corner from dealing by the church. I think that if the church was even part of the solution, that we wouldn't even need all the politics that we need to get the things that we want, because the church has been there. The church has been prospering off of the people in the community.
Yeah, you got some good points there. I can see how you feel that way. Let me ask you about another part of this plan. Hold on. So it's saying that they want to examine other ways to build credit, including rent, utilities, and phone bills. So what they gonna have everybody cell phone bill for credit, I guess. They talking about this safety and justice thing in the program, and it's saying, what is this? Restore safety to America's great cities by working with the police departments, community leaders, mental health, install the most responsible, professional, and accountable models of policing, including diversity training. I thought they already did all this stuff. What do you think about some of the stuff they saying? What did it say about that, or what they say? Prosecute the KKK and Antifa as terrorist organization and make lynching a national hate crime. Like they should have did this already. Make Juneteenth a national holiday. Like you can do that. Right. Why is he waiting to be elected for this stuff?
We have a president who's not even willing to denounce racism or racist. So this is one of the things that I believe that's on the plan. That's just a complete and utter lie.
Definitely. Let's see. I got another thing. Let's switch it up a little bit.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm pulling out my phone because I can't see the chat. You know, I'm in StreamYard. So I can.
Oh, okay, no problem. I'm putting it on the thing. Can you see it on? Can you see it on the screen?
Not mine. It's okay. I have my phone now, so I can see. Hi, Whitney.
All right, let's see.
Oh, hi, Lady B and Roxy.
Whenever I'm on StreamYard, I just switch between the tabs on my computer or whatever, between YouTube.
I don't want to switch over though. I want to close everything out and let's see.
All right. Well, let me see. So the next thing I got is a little funny Instagram clip I'm gonna share with y'all, and I'm gonna go ahead and play it, and then you tell me what you think about this. It's funny to me because I like the ending, but what is messed up is people are getting all worked up and ready to fight, and people be out here talking about even possible civil war if this Trump, how this election may go or don't go or whatever. Either way, it could be that. If he win, it could be a problem. If he lose, it could be a problem. And the fact is that this dude and these politicians ain't gonna fight for you. Like, that's crazy. But look at this whole situation and just break it down. You tell me what you think. We can laugh at it as it go. All right, is it up on the screen? You see it?
Yeah, I see it.
All right, here we go.
Our second interaction with the Trumper. He's coming in hot.
Some old white guy coming over here mad at another guy about what he had. Listen.
Walking in front of a moving golf cart. Class act. Good shit.
He's sitting here taking pictures of a pro Biden person with his phone. He got a Trump hat on.
No, I see, and I'm familiar with the context of it.
He got his double tuck gut hanging out over his belt.
Get out of here. It's my right to protest, sir. Have a nice day. You can stand there all fucking day? I don't care. Well, I just say one thing. You have the right to say whatever you want. I sure do. You don't have the right. I sure do have this. This is my right. Call the cops. Call the cops and see what they say. Call the cops and see what they say. Get on my face.
Here it comes.
Get on my face or you're gonna get hurt.
He pushed him.
I told you to back up. I'm defending myself. Now you back the fuck up.
He didn't pull the drive-by on him. Look, he done got in the golf cart and pulled off. He done did a hit and run drive-by.
I am getting the fuck out. Have a nice day, motherfucker. I'm not the one who did it.
Look, he said, come back. He done pulled a fast one on him. Hit and run, get away. So,
second interaction with the Trumper.
What you think about that one right there? With this,
it made me laugh. It made me laugh, but like that guy was old and crazy, like a lot of Trump supporters. I don't think that he needed to be pushed necessarily. The guy could have drove off in his car and gone somewhere else. But, he didn't have to. He didn't have to. He did have a right to be there. And the old man did not have a right to approach him. So the man was in his right. He was well within his right to push him, but he didn't need to do that. It was a bit much for me, but it did make me laugh. Like, I cannot lie. It made me laugh,
Definitely. I mean, it ain't good to go out there pushing old dudes or whatever, especially like that. I felt bad for the dude, and he shouldn't be getting worked up.
Places too, even though you're old, you did also approach an adult. This man is not your child. This man is not a child. So you're dealing with an adult as well. So old people can catch them paws. You can get them paws put on you just like a younger person can. If you come, with all that mouth, there might be some paws that get put on you. So,
right.
You run that risk. So old people need to know that too. But that doesn't mean that I'm trying to encourage, younger people.
It's just the truth.
Go around busting Trump supporters in the mouth, old Trump supporters in the mouth. Thank you for the compliment on my crown. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the truth is, hey, man, that dude ain't his kid. He don't know him. He told him stand back, and he was all the way over there. That dude came all the way over to him.
Yeah.
Like, people are looking for trouble. Like, leave him alone.
Yeah, he was definitely in the wrong, to approach them in the first place. You came into his space, so you have to, be prepared. If that's what you're going to be doing, you better, be prepared to lift somebody's ass once you get over there. Understand that that's probably going to happen to you. You coming with all that energy, then you better be ready to bring it.
Right. And and Ben, y'all got a point. What if Pops was carrying the gun, or even the other dude, or whatever? Like, somebody could have got injured or lost their life for nothing.
Where did this take place, Jay?
Probably on the golf course in Arizona somewhere or something. I don't know. This Chris P said probably the Sunnybrook retirement home. Give me back my right.
I was wondering where it was, because we don't generally play like that in Texas, because we are known to pack heat here, so we don't really.
It's true. They say you don't mess with Texas, right?
You pick your battles wisely, because the chances are that the person you're talking shit to has a gun on them.
Right. That's true. It's very true. Let me see what we got next up on here on the menu. All right, I got another crazy yet funny story that I'm gonna bring up. In the meantime, let me go ahead and bring it up.
Okay. New Distro Airways. The New Distro Airways said this is the age of respect. Old and young can get it. Like these people. That's one thing I like about the millennials and these younger people. They don't take anybody's shit. Like, okay, I'm 44, and so like I'm right at that age where we're kind of like right in the middle. We're not quite the social media generation, but we the
last old school generation
with computers in the house. But a lot of older Black people, they get accused of, playing too much into respectability politics, and because this person holds this office or this position or is this much older than you, you can't say things back or whatever. And these young kids are like, look, fuck it. We're all adults. So, whatever you can give to me, I can give right back to you. I don't care about you being an old man. I don't care about you being whatever. You came here talking shit to me. I'm going to talk shit back to you. You came here getting in my face. I'm going to get up in yours, and I kind of like that energy,
Yeah, I mean, I do, but it is dangerous, because at the end of the day, if nobody respects an older person, at the end of the day, older people could be subjected to younger people. It just is what it is. As you get older, you can't handle yourself like you used to. not to say you should have the right to go disrespecting younger people as well, but
Right.
it's a blessing and lucky to live to be a certain age, and you should at least give a certain respect. And another thing, young people think they know every damn thing, and they think that you don't have nothing to offer anymore when you older. So, not saying that's the same as respect, but sometimes I talk to some young people and they think they know everything before you finish. Then when they mess up, oh, my bad. Oh, I forgot. Well, I mean, if you'd shut up in the first place, it wouldn't have been a bad because I tried to tell you.
Well, and it goes hand in hand, and that's one of the reasons I think that cross-generational friendships are so important. I think that it's good for older people to have friends who are younger, because even though older people have lived a lot and experienced a lot, they don't know everything either. Young people always think that they know everything. And it seems like older people always, well, I've lived, I know. You don't know. Well, you don't know about how things are now, So like the things that you had to put up with when you were in school are not the same struggles that I had. You didn't come up in the social media age. You know about,
that's
putting
why
your
it should
hands
be a
on
mutual
a bully.
respect. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. And I think that that's what these older people have to understand. I think that generally, if you come to a younger person and you're still being respectful, that they will respect you, but you can't approach these younger people being disrespectful. They don't care if you're 84. You're getting these paws, you're going to get bust in the mouth if you come at them, a certain way.
Right.
Not necessarily my way of dealing with it, but
and I actually got a video to play about that too, but before I do that, Chris P, would I feel comfortable? No, I wouldn't actually with him going out to do that, because the times is crazy and I don't think the cause is right. Like, to do that for either one of them. Not to say that I'm saying it's the same, but it's not much difference either. And it's a lot. It's just this whole system, this two-party system is a mess and things like that. And it's just so much is a mess going on. I mean, I know somebody got to do it, but that's my baby. So I wouldn't want it to be for something unless it was like, I mean, it really, really, not to say some of this stuff ain't really serious, but it's just so much. It's just so muddy, And, how would you feel? Would you want, your youngin' out there, Ty?
I don't have any children, but I can say no. I have 3 nieces and 1 nephew, and no, I would not want it. But I'm not their parent. It's not up to me to decide. But no.
Right. And Sweet Serenity, I got a 16-year-old son, and I kind of got the same issue. So, and then I'd be around a lot of 20-year-olds and stuff. And so, I could see how it is, with, they do take it a little too far sometimes, and that what it is when we was coming up, it was still older people that could check us when we was taking it a little too far, bring us back down. And they kind of don't have that, or be like, well, you with that, and what I'm saying, and just like try to degrade or don't listen to nothing, even when somebody try to bring them down. Sometimes, like, hey, hold on now, you doing good, but hey, because really anybody can get it, anybody can learn stuff, anybody, you know what I mean? Like, nobody is immune to nothing, and sometimes when you're young, you kind of feel that way and forget that.
No, and Sweet Serenity, I agree with you that there are times when I do see it taken too far, But if it's just a general, a 20-year-old woman sees a 70-year-old white woman come up and call her the N-word, and she gives the lady some words back, I don't have a problem with that at all, because and there used to be a time when it was just like, well, that's still an older woman, just ignore her and walk away. And these kids don't have that energy for that today. But yeah, like when I see kids just out for nowhere, like out of nowhere approaching someone disrespectfully, no. If they're giving back energy, I'm fine with that. If they're giving back equal disrespectful energy, I'm fine with that. But I don't like the idea of them just being disrespectful for no reason.
Right.
Kids or grown up, that shouldn't happen.
Right, I agree with you. Now I'm gonna show you this clip right here of a guy giving mad disrespectful energy. He's an older guy giving mad disrespectful energy to a younger guy. Now the older guy is wrong, and the younger guy actually handles it in a good way, but he kind of let him know, still, you almost about to get it. You better shut your mouth. You like we say, young people be quick to do it. So here it go. I'm gonna play it, and then it's basically what we just talked about. So let's see how this went. And it really could have went, but this is the problem. If the young dude did do what he should have did, which is knock this dude out, the first thing the dude is gonna do is call the police, get him arrested.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like you can't really, that's the thing. But let's see it.
Hey, Alethea. Thanks y'all for coming.
Why are you coming over here? Why is it your business? It's my home. Okay, mine too. Why are you taking pictures? I live in Scottsdale.
We're in Scottsdale, Arizona. It's a
in the no N-word zone.
His business taking pictures and video, and then this Asian man walks up to him, asking why he's there. Listen what he say. He said he a racist.
So what's your point? Why are you here? Because this is a no nigger zone. Really. Oh, is it? Not really. Tell me. There's not a no nigger zone. I'm here. And what I'm about to...
Sad part is, I paused it. He will get thrown in the same basket.
Yeah.
You know, but here we go.
So, as y'all see, keep the camera. Yeah. It doesn't mean shit. I'm about to record my video. Bitch ass nigga not gonna do it. And let you try to touch. No, I wouldn't touch you. Let you disrespect me. Can you step back a little bit? I feel like you're worrying. Yeah, no. I need you to step back. So don't listen to what I'm saying. Lay your bitch ass down. Lay you down.
See, I like he had a camera. See, because if he didn't have a camera, I'm getting a lot of echo. But if he didn't have a camera, then the guy would change the story up.
Yeah, of course.
Y'all all know I just moved to Arizona. And this is his friend.
So, you know, this guy, he was in Arizona. He eventually showed where the guy was or whatever, working or whatever. And the sad part is that dude wasn't nothing but a contractor working on the place or whatever. But you act like you own the damn joint, and you coming over there defending something that probably the owners look at you no different than anybody else. But you know, feel, why do people like him feel more above African American? I mean, what was that about?
Because there is a hierarchy that allows him to feel more like he is more than an African American. I use the term black, but yeah, because unfortunately, we have become a permanent bottom class in this country, in the country that we built. And so even Asians know, even though white people would rather be white than Asian, they'd rather be Asian than black. And so, yeah, that's why, even though they know there are people who will look down on them in their minds, it's okay to look down on us. And so that's why he felt very comfortable telling that man that this was a no nigger zone. I see that. Shout out to Willie D, because I see you like him as much as I do, because I've seen.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, I know the guy. Come on. My mind playing tricks on paranoid. I live by the small. I take my boy everywhere I go, cause I'm paranoid. I paranoid. Who can do that? Who can do? I gotta respect any man that rhymes small with paranoid.
The what?
Hey, we roll forever.
You gotta respect it.
read
gosh.
the Bible, he's saying this shit. Yeah, Willie D, man, the ghetto boy. Hey, this year Halloween fell on the weekend.
And it does. Saturday.
Didn't get the boy the trick or treat, man. Robbing little kids for bye. The little man got behind my So it's beard up in the face. Took a look back, and he was right before I fade. He be in for a swabble, no doubt. I'm getting sidetracked, y'all. You see what happened, man? I get little Willie D, ghetto boy.
Take him out. Swung at his knees and tried to take him out with his short ass. Yeah, rest in peace.
The video, man, he ran with the little legs and jumped. Like, man, I used to rewind that and just laugh and be like, ah,
Yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah, you know, it's funny because a lot of people know, like, okay, when it's time to get benefits or something, some type of, I don't know, some handout from the government for being a minority, then we're all people of color. But then when it's time to be racist, well, then you're black, you're a nigger, and it's different, you know, then all of a sudden the hierarchy is in play. And that's why, like, you know, I hear about a black and brown coalition, you know, like between ourselves and Latinos, but I don't really see it. And they'll be, you know, quick to cut you down and let you know that you're an N-word too, you know, when it gets right down to it. And so, yeah, there is a hierarchy at play. And that's why that man felt like he could do that. Doesn't make it right. I'm not saying that he is correct, but that's why he felt like he could do it.
Right. That's true. And, you know, it's unfortunate that people feel that way. And, you know, man, anybody that believes in racism is an idiot. I just have to say it, man. If you are especially past a certain age and you think because a person is a different skin color, they smarter, better, nicer, or anything, you got a problem. Like, for real. Like, it's good and bad people of everything, everywhere, all over. It's
right.
The last thing to determine it is their color. You know, you could determine upbringing, education, geographical area. I mean, it's a million categories you bring up before skin color, because that if you compiled a list of criminals or something, like real crime, not stupid stuff they put in people. You know, I bet you the last common denominator would be skin color in a category. You know what I mean? Like, that's just crazy. So people that even say that or do that or think that, they lost, man. They haven't had an interaction with other people is what I really think. And they only interaction or belief system come from what other people have told them and said and what they have seen in the media, movies, TV, whatever. And they have developed and convinced themselves of whatever their belief system is off of that. It's crazy. So
it is crazy, but it happens every day.
Now, I know it's crazy. What are you talking about? You talking about a storm damage? Let's see, Roxy. That's old school psychology. They've been conditioned, Pablo's law, to hate people based on color. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, it's actually a book I have, Nature Knows No Color Lines, where he actually talks about and categorizes people by skin color and things, and shows and talks and regions and things. I mean, it's all a bunch of BS, but that was one of the first books to kind of scientifically, you know, talk about, you know, it talks about how they tried to systematically make it like, you know, a science that these people are this smart or that smart or prone to this or prone, just a bunch of crap. But, you know, there's a lot of stuff and information out there, man, that they know better and they still perpetrate. Just like the picture of Jesus that's white. I mean, I have the book and it's well-known information to those that really know that that is a real person. That's Caesar Borgia, who, you know, was the lover of the son of the Pope at the time. And, you know, he had, I believe, what, Leonardo or Michelangelo, one of them, Da Vinci, I can't remember offhand, but they painted that portrait based off of him and then said this is Jesus when they know damn well it has nothing to do at all with that, you know, nothing
He
at
looks a
all. It was
lot
just,
like
right.
Kenny Loggins.
Right.
He does. I want you.
Because it has nothing to do. It's not based off of any of that. That was his lover, and he had clout. That's like, you know,
Google Kenny Loggins. This is it. I want you to Google that right now and tell me that's not Kenny Loggins. Is not his great grandson.
All right. Well, I'm looking to that. I play this video, and you tell me what you think about this. This is a funny one to break up the little seriousness. But why is everybody trying to get Instagram famous? And, you know, sometimes you need to check things out first before you get started. Let's go. And I love it. Why you got the kids there? But I love that the kids is there. They just look like,
oh my God.
And why she out here? Well, we know ain't no man around because that pole would have been put up properly.
Exactly. Hopefully. Wow.
So what'd you think about that one?
Where do we start? Everything is off. The pole is clearly off center. The wardrobe is off for the body type that I saw. Why are the kids there? Nothing about that was right.
Right.
And I thought that we were past the days of pole dance failure videos. Like I thought that we all learned how to properly install our fitness pole dance poles in our homes.
Right. She bent that pole like an old school cordless phone antenna, like bang.
That was terrible.
Laid down.
And I wonder what kind of skills she has.
Broke it.
Yeah, but here's the thing that kind of got me: the way that the kids were just like, they didn't even react. Really, it's like, oh, there goes mom again, fucking up on the pole. Like it wasn't like this was anything new to them. So that's a little disturbing.
They didn't laugh at nothing. They just used the regular occurrence of her being a fool.
Yeah, like another Tuesday at home with mom. You know, that's like, I wonder if she's gonna buy us food this week. That's probably what they were thinking. Poor kid.
Right. Mal, we all know a lot of crazy stuff go on in Florida. And I know you always talk about you know, some of the stuff that go on in Florida, whatever the craziness.
Yes.
Well,
Florida
just happened to be a coincidence. This was in Florida, but it's still crazy. Let's get into what this is. This crazy story in Florida is about a woman, okay? And this Florida woman was arrested. Look at it. We know we can't see eye to eye to her plan. We don't know what she was trying to see and do. But she was arrested for perpetrating a robbery in a Miami convenience store. She held them hostage with an old tampon soaked in blood and kept coughing and sneezing and said that it was infected with corona. She pulled out the tampon from inside of her pants and shoved it around like a weapon, screaming, "Can you smell that? Can you smell that shit? That smell is the smell of coronavirus, not my badussy," according to reporters. Now, she did leave with a successful robbery of $34, 2 packs of cigarettes, and a bag of Cheetos before later being apprehended. Now,
$34. Okay.
wait, and a bag of Cheetos, okay? Can't leave out the bag of snacks. See all that in the bag of snacks. Now, would she have been able to rob you?
Yes. Yes, she would have. Most definitely. I'm not playing with anyone's tampons. It doesn't matter if it's not coronavirus infected. If you're, holding a tampon, a used bloody tampon, up to me asking for anything, you can have it. Especially if it's at a convenience store. This stuff is not mine. Take 2 bags of chips, and just get on up out of here with your bloody tampon. That's disgusting. That's gross. Yeah. Go get you the big bag of hot Cheetos. I know that's what you like. She like hot Cheetos.
Hey, baby, look, you can get 2 bags flaming hot. Okay, make sure you stay on the toilet, clean yourself out. Okay, you know what? Go get you a bag of them briefs. Get you some always to make sure that's always taken care of in the future. We get you some a 2 liter of seltzer water. Just squash it. You can sit on it and spin. I don't give a damn, baby. We gonna get you taken care of, okay? You know what? We can get you an IV of 50/50 of club soda or something.
Did the story say how old she was, Jay? I'm curious. Because
all right, hold on. I'm about to damn near cry over here. Hold on. 3 packs of Remy, $9.99. She needs a better read. All right. Hold on. Let me see if they say how old she is. They did. Let's see. Let's see what old. She's 34 years old.
Oh, and got $34?
$1 for each year, baby. That's a lucky day. She need to play 34 in the pick 6.
Was it her birthday? Black people always want to give you $1 for a year. Did she want $34 or did they just have $34?
She came in with $34 in a safety pin to her shirt, and then that's how they followed the dollars flying off her shirt. That's how they was able to kidnap her. Apprehend her. No, it ain't say if it was a birthday, but yeah, she definitely got something going on with that. Mental illness is real.
Now I'm hearing an echo. Let me know.
Let's see. Sweet. I don't know. I just hope that crackhead was able to make good use of that 34. Get them flaming hots. All right. Let me get to another topic, man. I got a lot going on, man. We got a lot of good topics to talk about today. Let's see. Now another thing people is doing that is kind of crazy and people need to stop in a way is fighting people that don't wear masks. Stop fighting everybody over these issues and stuff. If somebody there and they not wearing a mask, then leave. Don't sit there and fight them like that's not going to help. So a mass fight broke out at a gas station over a group not wearing a mask. Man, I'd have just got in my car and pulled off. Now,
you have a request for no more tampon videos, please.
One was enough.
Well, there goes the end of the show. There goes the show. He had 10 more tampon videos lined up for y'all.
Time to go, man.
Cut it short tonight.
I'm out. Nah. That was my next story. They roll one away to freedom. No. So, what do you think about this mask wearers versus not mask wearers? Do you think that you should be arguing, fighting over it, leave? What
No.
would be the best strategy? What would you do? What's your suggestion?
Okay, so first of all, the way that I feel about masks being able to protect from coronavirus, I don't feel like they're very helpful. However, that being said, I feel like if there's an ordinance in your state, your city, your town, your parish, wherever you are, to wear masks while you're in public places, just do it. And if you can't comply with that for whatever reason, if you just don't want to, if you're just an anti-masker, then order the things you need and have them delivered to your home. You can have everything delivered to your home, you know, whether it's food, whether it's medication. Amazon will deliver you the things that you want. The grocery store will deliver you the things that you need. Stay the hell out of the public if you don't want to wear your mask. Now, that being said, if, you know, obviously we know that people are not doing that. So when we encounter people in public who are not wearing masks in places where they are supposed to be wearing masks, if there's no security or some employee there to handle it, then you as a private citizen don't go and approach them. If the whole point is, well, you could be getting everyone the coronavirus. Well, then why are you standing up close to them, arguing with them? Stay the hell away from them if you think that there's a possibility that you'll get it. Leave them alone. Don't go and argue with them. Roll your eyes, make a video, call them a Karen, call them a, you know, whatever, a Darren, if it's a man, and then go on about your business, but don't get close to them and you know, like literally to where you're pushing, coming in contact with the person, you know, and yelling, where then now their saliva is likely to land on you because, you know, there is no mask to protect you, you know, then just stay away. You know, you don't cause trouble with them, you know, just, okay, look at this fucking asshole, and then go on about your business. Right. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think people definitely making the mistake of trying to actually confront people and argue and fight about that. And yeah, like you say, if you that worried about it, then you should leave. Like, why are you trying to argue and fight and do all of this?
Right.
If you're so worried about it. You know,
exactly.
You actually putting yourself, you contradicting yourself. So you can't protect everybody yourself no damn way. So, all right. Yeah, I'm going to switch it up a little bit back. I had forgot about this story that I wanted to talk about. Now, this go to some conspiracy type stuff right here. Now, a lot of people think that the election may be rigged. On both sides, been saying this for your conspiracy or your vote don't count or presidents are selected, not elected or whatever the case. So to that note, I'm going to share you this story just on the Bachelorette. I don't watch this show, but during the broadcast on the Bachelorette in Detroit, mistakenly aired the 2020 election results favoring Trump in Michigan. How do they have the 2020 election results with it even showing that Trump is going to win Michigan already? This was October 28th, so this was 2 days ago. So they got it all this time early. They already know who's going to win. And they said that when people tuned in on the episode Tuesday in Detroit, this only aired in Detroit, even though the Bachelorette comes on everywhere, don't it? It comes across the nation, I thought.
I believe so. I've never watched it, but I'm pretty sure it does.
I never watched it either, but it said the results were mistakenly displayed on screen for next week's presidential election. And it was saying as the drama unfolded on the show, it said that they seemed to accidentally post the election results on the left side of the screen, showing Trump defeated Biden in the state. And it also showed projections for several other local races.
Okay, is there video of this? Because does anybody in here watch The Bachelorette? And did anybody in here see that? If
here
anybody
it is,
in here,
the picture right here. Here's the picture. So it's showing at the bottom. This is in the House district for Michigan, and at the bottom is showing Biden won 101, Trump 100 for president. So Biden was up by 1 electoral vote at the time, but that he won Michigan. Wait, maybe this is U.S. President Michigan reporting 100. Maybe this isn't the exact picture, but it's showing that this popped up, showing basically to that. Let me see. This is not, let's see what this play. Okay, here it is right here playing. So as we see, Biden 44, Trump. Oh, wait a minute. It went by fast. Let me go right here. So it's showing Trump in Michigan for president, reporting 100% reporting. 50% it's got the amount of votes. Biden 44% with the amount of votes. For the nation, Biden is up 101 to 100. If we see 101, 100, you know, and if you into all of that information, then 101, you know, means something. That's a whole nother thing. But, you know, and then it's showing Trump actually has more votes. Was that 3 million in Michigan to Biden? 2.6. So, what say you on this one?
I don't know. I would. It
While
just
you
seems
speak,
like this
I'm
would
gonna
have
just go
been
through
a
the
bigger.
comments.
Huh?
I say go ahead and speak. I'll just go through the comments, putting up
Yeah,
stuff for
it
you.
seems like this would have made more waves. This happened on Tuesday.
Just 2 days ago. This should be national news.
Yeah, that's bothering me. And it seems like the Bachelorette would have been the #1 trending thing on Twitter, like for at least a day, with people like showing clips from their DVRs, like rewinding this, you know, like clip for people to see over and over and over. So I'm not even convinced that this really happened yet. So and if it did, I don't know how I feel about it. I can't say that I would be surprised, but it just seems like this should be a much bigger story if that is in fact what happened, just because of the frenzy that everyone is in right now, you know, regarding this election in particular.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Now, what do you think about these votes and stuff? Do you think that it's working? It's not? Do you think it counts? Do you think I mean, with the electoral college, you could have all the votes going one way, and they could decide to just give all the votes to the other candidate, like they did with Clinton and Bernie Sanders. Bernie won Vermont, but they gave all the electoral college votes to Clinton and lied about the results. Like he won every county, but they said she won like 19 to 18 or something. And that made a lot of people not want to vote for her for president because they like this is garbage.
Right. And I don't blame them, you know, especially if at that time you're believing in the political system, you know, and then you hear this, then I don't blame people for feeling, you know, a certain way about that. Wait, hi, Lakeisha and Darnell and John. John John's been coming to my streams too. I know he's one of your peeps, but anyway,
John,
I appreciate
it. Say something about John. We on a lot of subjects, John. You missed half the show already, but we didn't talk about all kind of stuff. We ain't only on politics, bro. But you know, you'll see.
You missed the tampon story, but we'll come back to it because everybody was requesting that again.
Yeah, so. I had a bloody tampon waiting for you, man, and you missed it. I had it so juicy story.
But no, I don't know. To that, I guess I always like to ask people, okay, who's your favorite senator? You know, who's your favorite mayor? Who's your favorite whatever presidential candidate? And I ask, who's your favorite electoral college member? And they were like, huh? You know,
right?
You know,
nobody know who these people are.
Right. You know, And so it is weird. It does make people feel like their vote doesn't count. Okay, well, what did I do all this for? And then at the end of the day, there's going to be this group of people who I've never seen, and what are they doing with my vote? I don't understand. And so for me personally, I mean, my feelings about politics these days, but I guess for people who believe in voting, that it's easy enough to feel like it's a sham, like my vote isn't counting. Well, I've heard people talk about voting conspiracies, but maybe they really are real. Maybe my vote doesn't count. Maybe this all has been decided before I ever went to the polls. Maybe this I'm taking off a half a day from work to go vote for no reason.
I like Chris' strategy right here. He said maybe Biden should hire Tampon Tawana. I'm gonna have to steal that to intimidate Trump supporters on election day, threaten them with a face full of blood and Rona. They don't vote for Joe. Oh my goodness! I like your creativity, man. That type of jokes make me laugh, man. Good job.
That's cool. That's terrible.
See, what was this? Roxy, the black guy running for mayor outside of Houston, tries to educate, but it tends to fall on deaf ears. What say you? You in Houston, right?
I'm from Houston. Okay. She's in Houston right now.
Do you know what he's talking about? The black head, the guy run. He tries. Who is
it, Roxy? I'm curious. I'm curious. Outside of Houston, I wonder who it is. I don't know who the hell that is. Quentin
Say
Williams
his name, Roxy. Put his name out there. Go ahead.
She
put his business in them streets.
Quentin Williams in Pearland. She said, "I don't know who that is. I've never heard of him."
Right. I don't know who it is either. But
she put Quentin Willits. She changed it to Willits. Now I really don't know who the fuck that is. Never even heard that last name.
I know you talking about Katie Porter. Wasn't she the one got caught in a sex scandal? She was real freaky. I vote for her.
Who is she?
I'm joking. No, I think she was doing some good work actually, but then they found that she had like a
I don't like it.
She does great work. Okay, trust me. I like her, intimate approach. Okay, she got a very hands-on approach to beginning. Hands-on approach to politics. You know what I'm saying? I like that. I like.
I heard she
like to get into the meat and potatoes of the issue.
I heard that she's got a lot of jobs to hand out too.
Right. Oh, okay. That's Katie Hill. I'm saying the wrong person. I apologize, Miss Katie Porter. I'm talking about the wrong person, I believe. She was the one that got busted. She was doing some good work, but then they had some pictures or something with her and her husband and a woman. I think her husband actually released it because she started loving the other woman more than the husband. And of course, like most Democrats, when they get in a sex scandal, they resign. Whereas Republicans be like, that's business as usual. I mean, it has nothing to do with my job. I mean, come on.
Right.
Let's just be real here.
Right.
But,
Right.
So let's see. Let me see. I got a couple more articles we can talk about before we get up out of here. Let's see. Before we go, I see the NBA and sports. Do you think that sports got a future in this new world coming ahead now, with people not being able to go into stadiums and things, and with the way things is going with the virus and stuff? Is it ever going to be the same? It shows right here the NBA dropped their revenue 10%. To 8.3 billion. I mean, they struggling. There's only 8.
Yeah, I know. Like only 8.3 billion. Oh my gosh! How
but they only missed like 20 something games. They were almost finished. with their season and they still lost 10%. So
right.
what's the future
No.
going to be for sports? Would you consider getting into an arena packed full of people within the next year or two?
I would. I'll be honest with you. For me, since coronavirus started, not a whole lot has changed for me personally. You know, and you gotta look at it when so at the beginning of this year, I started a new job. I do construction management. So before I was building barracks for the military. Now, in the job that I am, I do renovation on medical facilities. And so lucky me, in 2020, I started working in a hospital, you know? And so it's like, oh, great, you know? And so like coronavirus is like such a serious thing. And oh, we have, you know, patients contained on this floor in this area and everything. And so I'm around people, I suppose, you know, like who might have it all the time, you know, got to go to work, right? And so, you know, and I go to the grocery store. People have not been practicing social distancing. You know, I do. And when I see people get too close to me, I let them know, you know, to get away from me, or whatever, because even though you know, I still try to live my life, but I still try to be cautious too, because I do know that it's a real thing. If I were compelled enough by any of the teams I root for to attend a game, then I would. But I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. Okay, so I haven't had a reason to attend a game in 20 years. You know, since I was in high school. You know, the 90s Cowboys owned the 90s, but we're not in the 90s now. And every time I see Jerry Jones' name trending on Twitter, I'm hoping that it's because he's dead, but it's never that reason. And I don't think that the Cowboys are going to do anything until Jerry Jones dies. But, you know, and I'm a Texas girl and we're a football, you know, football is king here in Texas. And so if my Cowboys aren't doing anything, it doesn't really matter to me personally. Now, if they started, you know, just winning left and right, then yeah, I could see myself being compelled to drive myself down to Arlington, you know, and attend the game. I love the Houston Rockets. Was a season ticket holder at one point, but you know, and they're great, but everybody in the West is so good now, you know, and the West is just so packed, and I hate it for Harden because I want to see him win a championship. Like, he gives his all, and I want it for him so badly. But you know, the West is just stacked right now, and it's just like it's a lot of competition. It's fun to watch. It makes it fun to watch, but you know, do I really want to, you know, spend money to go and watch them possibly, you know, like get to the second round of the playoffs? Maybe. You know, I don't know.
They did Dak Prescott wrong, and then he got hurt. I feel bad for the brother. Dak Prescott, the quarterback for the Cowboys. They did him wrong, didn't want to give him a contract. Now he got his leg broken half. May never be the same.
He'll be all right. He'll be all right. You know, that I'm to the point where I don't.
He only made like $3 million in 4 years.
I know. Yeah, me too. Right? Like, you know, like.
Right. I mean, I guess when you put it that way, I mean, who else made $3 million? The average person, he could use that money right and never work again. But you know, that is $100 million job though that he was in, and he only got $3 million. So how would you feel if you should have got 30 and you only got 3? But
yeah, that's a problem that's above my pay grade, you know, like, because I feel like if I had the skill to do what he did, I would, you know, do like everybody says Steve Harvey did Bernie Mac, and I would go and tell Jerry Jones, I'll do his job for $1.5 million. Give it to me, you know. Like,
say why they
that's
got
a lot of money. A lot of money is just a lot of money, no matter how you cut it. But I think that that people are fanatic enough about sports that sports is not going to go anywhere. Like, I think that like a whole lot of just the whole system of capitalism would have to crash and burn in America before sports is gone. Now, might we, you know, do away with some of the sports that are already poorly attended and not really watched. I mean, the like WNBA. Do we really need that? And I saw
I'm
that there
surprised
was a
you of all people was saying that. I thought, another sister would be supporting, the WNBA. I mean, nobody really watch it, but
I'm here for the girls making their money, but I don't watch it. It's boring, no matter how you cut it, and I saw that there was a sports commentator throwing out the idea of maybe lowering the basketball goal so that the girls could dunk, on each other. Maybe that could make the sport, just something to make it more exciting.
That would make it better.
Well, the athlete he had a WNBA player with him, and she was really offended by that. And now, but I see where she's coming from as far as like it's always been at the height where it's been. So like that would throw the game off. I think actually make it worse because they're used to shooting,
Right.
at it being whatever is it 9.2 whatever. And so he's just talking about like lowering it like half a foot or something so that the girls can dunk on each other and really bring some excitement
off. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that it would make it better. I think you could put those girls in, the skimpiest bikinis and thongs, and it would still suck. Like I don't.
Well, they ain't the best looking either. A lot of them. I say they're not the most attractive, best looking, but not to say they should have to be. But
right, yeah, they shouldn't. They
shouldn't. That's not entertaining.
Right, I'm for them earning their money. But I don't watch it, like it's and I don't know anybody who does, and I know people who love sports, but I don't want to see that shit, But I'm all for you making your money. Okay, I'll put it to you like this: would you rather, let's say you're at the grocery store and you're going to your car, would you rather find a $10 bill laying down or a WNBA ticket? There's your answer.
Bill, because I ain't going.
Everybody would rather have a $10 bill.
Right.
Everybody would rather have a $10 bill. Would you rather find now a $10 bill or an NBA ticket? Your favorite team.
NBA ticket. I'll go to this
exactly.
whoever.
Exactly. Who the fuck has a favorite WNBA team? I really like those. I don't even know what the fuck their names are. Like, and I like sports, and I like the idea of women being able to play sports. I think it's great. But they go to school just like young men go to school. They've been playing basketball since 6th grade. They went to high school playing basketball. They went to college on basketball scholarships. It's great that they can make a living doing it. And a lot of people will say, well, they're not getting paid, what NBA players are, but they're not bringing in the money to their league that NBA players are either. And I don't know how they can do, I don't know what they can do to make that something exciting. So I think that, yes, there's always going to be, as long as capitalism exists in America, we'll have American sports. Now, if things are going to go away, let's start killing off the sports that we don't watch anyway. Sorry,
I think they're not being realistic too. Yeah, I agree. And I think they're not being realistic. They want to make more money. We'll make your game more entertaining and grow your audience.
Make the league more money. That you have to make the league more money. That's what drives, everything. That's what drives everything.
Exactly. And also, it's just not as entertaining of a game without it doesn't seem like dunks bring that much to it, but it does. And just to show you a point,
I'm sorry, I just saw New Distro's comment on your screen. He'd rather the $10.
Right.
I mean, who wouldn't?
It's true because I've had NBA 2K. I get it for every year, and they've had the WNBA teams on for the last 2 or 3. I've never played with it.
I've never heard
on the video. I don't even play the video game version of it. I don't even want to play. What, I'm gonna run around and do layups?
I don't even see YouTubers, gamers on YouTube. I've never seen anybody. Yeah, man, got that WNBA 2020 fools coming out. We're gonna watch whatever this bitch's name is. I don't even know anybody I can say, like who, I don't even know these girls' names anymore. I don't know. So whatever.
Right. I mean, it's true. And what you were saying, it's even funnier because, well, John say he's surprised it's holding on. They actually get a subsidy from the NBA.
Yeah.
That's why they still holding on.
And exactly. Exactly.
Right.
Right.
But, the game is free. They put the WNBA part for free on the two. Like, you get it for, no, I still don't play it.
Right. I don't want this. Yeah. It's like you would have to, a free WNBA ticket to me is not a prize. Like, let's say I were on some radio show, I call in, they're playing some game, and there's all these prizes you can win, and you spin a wheel, and the prizes, a pair of WNBA tickets. I just wasted my time playing whatever this was I play. That's a waste of me driving to the gas the gas it's going to take me to go to the radio station to pick up the tickets. I don't want to pay for parking. You have to pay me to go to a WNBA game. That's how much it sucks. It sucks horribly.
Now, I got a statement about that a friend told me. Now, when I first moved here, I was working at a job, and the guy that worked with me was saying, hey, man, I got some tickets to the WNBA game. I'm about to take my daughter. She played high school basketball, whatever. She want to go. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. What's up? All right, I'll talk to you tomorrow, whatever. Ain't think nothing of it. I'm like, well, he taking his daughter. That's what whatever. She want to see the pros. He come back the next day. He like, man, I'll never take my daughter to that again. I'm like, why? They was that bad? He said, man, it wasn't nothing but lesbians. Okay. And he was like, man, I didn't know I was bringing my daughter into that environment. He felt like not to say that was wrong or nothing, but he bringing his teenage daughter to see basketball, and he was like, people was making out, and he said it felt like a get together type environment or something. I'm like, what? Like, that blew me away. But they don't have a lot of people at the games. Like, it'd be just a few thousand people a lot of times, so it's like a closer community game than when you go to like a larger game. Like, I know how that can be because I've gone to like Operation Push Jesse Jackson games he put on and it'd be at the Bulls Stadium, but like security is like half-ass, and me and my friend talk our way through stuff, sneak our way to the side seats and stuff. So I know how it could be. So he said that, and I was like blown away. So I don't know. Maybe that could be a put off for some people when they do go for the first time. And then I don't know if it's only at that particular game or at that particular city or what. But if you did go to try it out, and then, that was the case, maybe that could put people off. I don't know. What do you think?
I think it depends on the person. If
you had a child, it's different because certain things.
I don't want to take a child anywhere where anyone is making out, straight couples or gay couples. I don't want to take a child anywhere where everybody's like halfway getting it on. Now I don't have any children, but when I had my nieces and my nephews, I was mindful of places where I would take them. But yeah, like I just think that, like, I don't mind seeing people, a kiss, a hug or whatever, but like just outright getting it on, making it out like in public. I don't want to see, seeing gay people make out is not like the worst thing in the world to me, but just seeing anyone go too far,
too much public displays,
that's like always much too much. So it wouldn't be like the lesbians in the stands would be, to me, no more than a turnoff of the lesbians on the court. That's what you expect when you go to a WNBA game. It's a bunch of fucking lesbians, Some of them can play basketball. The ones who can are in the stands, I guess, fucking making out with each other. But it was just, I wouldn't care. Watching the lesbians make out might be far more entertaining than watching the game. At least I have something to look at. Somebody scoring. But, no.
At least I know what's going on with one of the storylines. like another thing people was upset about is Dwayne Wade's son going to a gay rights rally when he was like, what, 11 or 12? And they saying that he was coming out or whatever. But you know, male gay rights rallies and gay right can be kind of, you know, promiscuous and walking around with a G-string and this, and like, you don't maybe want to put a 11, 12-year-old there. So I don't know. Some things like you can support him and do things, but then you may not be ready to go all that way too. I don't know.
Right.
I think they were kind of using him as a little publicity stunt too.
Yeah. Look, if that child feels the way whatever that child feels, then that is one thing. And it's great to be supportive parents, and the child feels like he can talk to Zaya can talk to her parents, then that's great. Because what I do hate seeing is kids who grow up, LGBTQ kids growing up, or not growing up because they're committing suicide because they have all these thoughts and feelings, and it's either hush, shut up, go to church, pray it off of you or whatever. But like that's who this kid is going to be, and like people can see it. But now
do you really know where you're going to be at 12?
Did you think that you were going to be gay when you were 12?
I didn't know what I was going to do at 12. I didn't know. I didn't have sex with nobody at 12, so I didn't know what I would. I didn't think that I would be that. I didn't think that
you were going to be gay.
No, I didn't. But
I didn't either.
But a lot of things that happens in life after 12 that you
a lot does. But what
yet.
I'm saying is, I'm not any kind of mental health specialist. I'm not lesbian, gay, transsexual, anything. So I can't say that child doesn't feel the way that child feels. Now, what I will say, I've never been a fan of Gabrielle Union as far as like knowing how she got with Dwayne, kind of coming in on some side chick stuff. And then when he had the break baby, she does not acknowledge this break baby that he had. But and I never like seeing when a woman takes a man back, but then they don't accept the child, because the child is the only one who's innocent. Your man was not. But you take him back, and then you talk about this family that y'all have, but he has another child. What about that one? So there's a lot of things that I don't like about that. Yeah, there's a lot of things I don't like about Gabrielle Union, and I do feel that she and Dwayne Wade were acting kind of thirsty as far as their child was concerned, and like kind of just parading this child around, and this is my transgender daughter, and I'm so happy, and like there's nothing, embrace her privately, or we've made this public statement, but when it first happened, it was like every time I fucking turned around, here's this little boy with his titties out, and I became tired of seeing it. It's like, okay, we get it, y'all are open and accepting of your LGBTQ child, that's great. But now it feels like this is some type of publicity stunt. This is some type of publicity stunt. This is something to get Gabrielle's name back out there, maybe so she can get back into Hollywood. We are fucking weird. I know I lost my job, but you see that we're down. Ellen DeGeneres gives them the stamp of approval. Maybe I can get back onto somebody else's TV show. I don't know.
And she did.
The way that the parents were acting was what I did not like. This child is trying to figure it out. And so if the parents say, then yeah, that's fine, then it is what it is. The child doesn't know, what the atmosphere is going to be like at Gay Pride. So, if the child says, I want to go, it's up to the parents to say, no, now, we support you being Zaya, but, when you get 18, you can go and do that on your own or whatever. Because I've been to Gay Pride. I like, I like the atmosphere at Gay Pride. I'm not gay. And I remember going there the first time in Houston with one of my girlfriends. We just wanted to go and see what it was. And as soon as we got there, there's two guys trying to hit on us. Nice looking guys. I was like, fuck that. Like, why are you here? And they were probably thinking the same thing. Like, why are you here? Like, that doesn't matter. I'm a woman. You might be a bisexual man. You might be straight, but it don't look right. So I'm not here to, hit on anybody. I'm just trying to see what's going down, And it was a very risque atmosphere. I saw a lot, it was definitely, like as much as I don't like a public display of affection, that's what Pride is all about,
But do you think that's appropriate for any 12-year-old? I don't care if they want it because you still 12. Right. If you came out at 12, okay, that's fine, but it's supposed to be treated as normal. So would you give your normal, supposedly, child, would you let them watch porn? Or would you not to say that's the same, but like you treat a 12-year-old like a 12-year-old in my book, period.
Right. That's what I'm saying. There are age appropriate things to do. Fine, support them being LGBTQ, but gay pride is not an atmosphere for any child, stray, gay, straight, gay, whatever, transgender, whatever. Children should not be there. I saw some crazy things. That's like, should a straight parent take their kid to Freaknik? Should a straight parent, take their kid to, it's the same thing. Should you be taking your child to, whatever? I'm old as hell, so I said Freaknik, but it's like other shit they do now.
They canceled it, but I knew what you was talking about. Freaknik was a legendary party in Atlanta every year, boy. If y'all don't know what she's talking about, Google it. Because they need to bring it back.
Party. That's what it always was when I was younger. Freaknik and Cap Beach Party. That's not atmosphere.
We had a mini Freaknik in Chicago suburb a couple times where everybody just converge in one spot, parking on people's lawns and shit, partying, getting drunk and all. And it was great. But I wouldn't have brought a 10-year-old with you blowing my high. Like, what are you doing?
Right. That's my issue. It's not the child saying that I'm transgender. I don't have a problem with that. I don't know, and I don't know what it feels like to be anything but straight, and I'm sure it's very complicated. And it's great that the parents embrace it, but I think that you motherfuckers are taking it too far, taking your kids, to gay pride. Any kid, I don't care. Let your child know that when you're an adult and if that's what you want to do, then you go on and do your thing.
Chris P said, does Austin have large black gay population like Atlanta?
Yeah, he said Austin and Houston. Houston has not like Atlanta. I don't know any place like Atlanta. But Houston does now. When I am in gay pride, okay, so Houston has this area called
white guys in cowboy boots and chaps.
It was a mix. Okay, so Houston is the most racially diverse city in the country, and so it was a mix of I would have thought it would have been New York City or something like that, but no, it's Houston.
I never heard that before.
It is, and so there's a mix of everything. Now, Houston has this area called the Montrose, and that's the gay area. Montrose and West
Montrose was in Lovecraft Country. Well, Montrose.
Oh, is that right?
The gay guy in Lovecraft Country name was Montrose. You didn't watch Lovecraft Country.
No, I told you I was gonna be scared.
Hey,
so I didn't watch it.
I wonder if they knew that and named it. Hey, he gay. We gonna call him Montrose.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, because Houston's gay pride. I mean, it's on and popping now. And my sister lives not too far from Montrose, and Montrose is a beautiful part of Houston. But they take their gay pride very seriously. The Walgreens is there. I literally call it the gay Walgreens because they have shit in that Walgreens you're not going to find in any other drugstore. I went down. I was going down this aisle and I saw at eye level it was called Jack Jelly. And then they had all these I hope
it was Jack. I hope it said Jack Jelly and not Jack apostrophe S is Jack's.
No, it's Jack Jelly for the Jack, and they had all these other names that were just as suggestive, for anal sex creams and all this stuff, and they have a greeting card section separate from Hallmark where it's gay greeting cards, in this Walgreens. It's like regular Walgreens, but you can get all your gay needs taken care of, all your LGBTQ needs taken care of at this Walgreens. And it's like, wow, it's there. And I would love going there, I'm just like, because you just never know what the hell you're gonna find. But that, I mean, but that's like just part of the culture there. But it's not like necessarily a lot of Black gays. There are a lot of gays in Houston, and that's just the area where a lot of them decide, if they can afford to live, in the Montrose area, and it's nice. That's definitely where they live if they can, but that's where they like to party. And I love going to gay clubs. Gay men will dance to you all night, call you pretty, and buy you drinks, and they don't want to take you home, at the end of the night. So
Hey,
I
let me know before you go. You got a brother.
Exactly. And
But
no,
you
I
thought I
don't.
was dancing for nothing? Hey, if you can dance, I know your brother can. He can move them hips. It runs in the family, baby. Runs in the family. Speaking of that, how many brothers you got? How your daddy doing? Yeah. What?
Exactly.
You never know until he meet me, baby.
But it's a great area. And yes, and I love going to gay pride, but it's not an atmosphere for children. And that's my problem with with Dwayne and Gabrielle. Not a problem with the child. That's a child, but parents tell you how to go. And even when I look at and see how they have Zaya dressed, is always, in some little, like little revealing top and all this stuff. And it's like, I would not let her. Huh?
Zaya's the child's name.
Yeah, that's the new name, right? The girl name. But she's dressed in provocative things that I would not put it on a 12-year-old girl. That's my issue as well. It's like, okay, let her be a girl, but why she gotta grow up so fast? Like, y'all gotta looking like is she gonna be hooking? Like, what's the career goal here? Like, she can still be a girl and like just wear a cute little pink tank top and jeans. Like, she's always run around dressed like a little hooker or something. Like, that's the issue. If she's gonna be a girl, let her be a girl. But there's still limits. You don't let people don't let their 12-year-old daughters just start wearing makeup automatically and dressing in short skirts and short shorts. Fathers, they never. My dad still to this day, like, will you please go put on some longer shorts like that? I don't have longer shorts. They're called shorts. They're not longs. I would always tell my dad, I'm a grown ass woman, but
Right.
no father wants to see their teenager wearing short shorts or whatever. And so like you still put limits on things. Even though, okay, fine, she's a girl, you've embraced that. But girls have other dressing styles than whore, streetwalker. There's like other categories of dress for girls,
Right. And my girl Christian checking in on Facebook. She said that she bi, but she still would never expose her son to that at the age of 12. Don't feel the need to explain it, rather wait till he's an adult, and that's people's personal preference. She had said that a little earlier, but I didn't get a chance to get back to it. But piggybacking off what you said, she kind of agreed with it. She said this made her day feel better too. So I'm happy you feeling a little better there, sis.
Oh, feel better, please. Yeah.
But yeah, she was basically.
When you bring up Whitney's comment, I'm looking at that.
Let's see.
Her friend has 3 girls and she dresses them like hoes. They wear makeup and she's giving them stripper names. No, she's not Black. They are white, and she and her husband are highly educated. And okay.
And I got something to say about the show after that. Go ahead and talk, and I'm gonna get the video ready.
Okay. Yeah, because there is this culture where just in America, but it's not just in America, obviously, but where girls are being sexualized younger and younger and younger, and I don't understand why, I don't understand why this is becoming such a thing. And it's like little girls, young girls are, okay, like a friend of mine, one of my sorority sisters, has a daughter who is 9, and she's a very thin, cute little girl. And she said, my friend told me that her daughter asked her, "Mommy, why doesn't my butt jiggle like other girls?" And it's like, you're 9. Like, what do you mean? Like, this is a conversation. And she said, yes, girl. She's like, she comes to me asking me this stuff because this is what little girls are talking about these days. Like they, like already like the 9-year-old girls want to be like, the the girls on Instagram, you know? And so it's just like, wow, you know, and I don't know, like parents, what do you do to combat this? Like
The parents are the problem.
Everywhere.
And I'm glad you said that. Hold that thought right quick. Let me play this damn video of why I say the parents are the problem. And then you just tell me, and this is a lot, especially like you say, the younger person, the younger parents is a problem. And let's see what I'm talking about right here. So I think that not only should they not be doing this, but you shouldn't encourage this in your kids.
What in the hell?
And people think this is funny. Look, she popping it. She popping it, girl. Oh, she doing like me. Oh, pop, pop, pop. Oh, she pop it. She work it. Look, working like this, little mama. Why is she putting a big rump roast in this baby head and the baby is all in it? You got this little blue Kool-Aid head. If she farted, she blow that baby head off right now, like she's playing with fire.
That's a lot of ass.
Which would be okay if it was a man there. The baby,
or if there was nobody there. Yeah. See, okay, that to me is a no-no. Now I do see other things like, okay, in our, I assume that those are Americans.
Pictures like
right?
this. I'm gonna show you something else. Keep talking, but this is another part of the problem. Go ahead.
Okay, assuming that those are Americans, like that's okay. That's twerking, pussy popping, you know, whatever. What in the hell, Jay? What is this?
Big draws galore. Why would you put this on social media? And they shouldn't be doing this either. I'm not saying it looked bad, but you know. They were looking for stuff like this.
Wait, what was wrong with the last one you showed? This is stupid. But what was wrong with the one in all black?
That she got a big old booty poked out, and I mean, she looked pretty. She could have just stood facing forwards. But she said every picture a woman take nowadays got to be sideways with your booty poked out. Like that's why girls want a bigger booty, because when they stand sideways, they booty don't poke out as far as the other ones. So they feel that they ain't competing, they missing. When you should have more to offer than a big booty, because you never is. That means that every man that you got, he only got you for that booty, which means that the next girl can get him too. You should have more to keep and offer somebody than a booty.
Well, no, I agree with that, but
like
I
Breonna
don't.
Taylor, they had pictures like this. And that's a nice, like, I like this picture. She dressed nice. She kind of, you know, sideways, but not. And at the end of the day, when something happened, you don't have, if something happened to some of these other people and stuff, then they're going to try to degrade you and find a way to do it, especially if something happened and you ended up like this.
Oh, Lord.
Like, you don't want this to be your remembrance pick.
Wow.
Or this. And see, people don't know. They think that it all originated in jail with sagging your pants, you know, to show that they was available. And that does happen, and that is true, but it's not the origin. You know, what they would do, like it says, is some masters would rape the male slaves, force them to wear their pants sagging so that they can identify them for future attacks. You know, and it also go back to buck breaking. When you define, then they would basically sodomize you, beat you in front of everybody, sodomize you, and then that would break your spirit of being defiant because everybody saw you just got beat and raped.
Right.
And a lot of people don't understand, like pictures like Kim Kardashian is recreating a real person that was dehumanized and put in museums and made to stand so people can look at her butt. And now people think it's cool to show your butt when they were making you a museum piece. Like you wasn't even human, and people would come and point at you and look at your butt. And now people have reverted back to this thinking that's what they have to offer. And that's why history is so important. And people like
Yeah.
Officer Tatum and people, you can point to instances now and situations, but if you don't know history, you don't know that it's not people necessarily what they're doing now. Is people got put into situations or brainwashed, or they say, well, black people live in the city, they poured it. Well, you don't understand about rail, all this, you know what I mean? So I know I make a little joke about it a little bit, but at the same time, people putting all that on Instagram, I don't know what you think.
No, I will say, and I guess it's just a matter of taste. The girl in the black, I didn't have a problem with that. I didn't have a problem with her picture. That to me, that doesn't look. I don't see anything wrong with that.
The only
it looks
thing
like
wrong is that she got a big juicy booty. No, but all jokes aside, it's just that she does, and she's standing in a way that you gonna see it and you paying attention to it. Whereas if she just stood forward, you wouldn't. Now, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that or this, or I wouldn't look, but at the same time, certain women, like you say, thinking they don't have this and that, see this a different way than how I would see it. And most men, when they see this, all they think about is sleeping with you anyway. They ain't thinking nothing else.
Right. Now, and I'm taking it all as a whole. The outfit is not extremely suggestive. She's not wearing it with high heels. You know, I like if I were to see her in public, I would just say, you know, that's a nice looking girl. I would probably assume she paid for that ass, so I'm gonna turn around and show the world like I put some money into this, so here it is, you know. But I didn't see anything like the picture in and of itself. I didn't see anything wrong with that. Now, like let's say you scroll down her Instagram and all her pictures, you know, as you know, and you know, like bikini, shorts, you know, like then maybe there's a problem. I don't know. The other pictures I did see a problem with. That video was damn sure problematic, and I just the twerk culture, I guess, is a little bit out of control. Now I do though. I like to make distinctions because there's always cultural difference, and that's why I was telling you. I assume that those are Americans, and like here, like that is sexually suggestive dancing. We would call that, you know, it's twerking, is, you know, grinding, is ass, you know, shaking, is pussy popping, whatever you want to, whatever it's called in your region of the country, you know, pussy popping on a handstand, you know, you know, whatever. But like you might see a little, and I have like, you know, friends who are Latina, and they do like, you know, a lot of their dancing like involves a lot of hip movements. And like my friends who, you know, are Caribbean, you know, do a lot of winding, but it's just like part of the culture. It might look sexually suggestive because, you know, it's a woman shaking her hips, it's a woman shaking her butt, but they teach these, you know, young girls how to do these dances, and then like those types of things, those are different. I don't judge it, but a lot of people will see those videos maybe out of context or not understanding, you know, differences in culture, and then just, oh, well, look at that little girl, she looks so nasty. It's like, no, that's just, you know, one of the ways they dance there. And you know, a lot of the Native African dances, you know, I mean, it looks like that's where we got twerking from, you know, but it's not, they're not doing it to be sexual, it's just dance, you know. But here in America, we know for Americans that is something sexual, and so no, that's not that you're going to be wanting to, you know, or I would think would be appropriate to be doing in front of a, you know, 3-year-old girl. Like, come on, baby, poke it out, let me see, yeah, get it like mama, you know, like no.
And what about this type of stuff? These pictures with these little girls, like, why is everybody trying to capitalize and monetize off of everybody and kids? Like, I wouldn't put my girl in the outfit, little girl in the outfit, and take pictures. And why are they taking pictures of her back, they backside, their little butt poked out?
Is that for the new Fashion Nova line? Because, you know,
Fashion Nova, I think that's Fashion Nova Kids, what everybody talking about.
That's what I'm saying. They made a line for kids, and I don't know if y'all know this, but Fashion Nova, like, that's pretty much like where all the Instagram thoughts buy their clothes from, is Fashion Nova. And so they literally put out a line for children. And it's just as skanky as the stuff that they make for adults. I don't know why anybody
look like they hold it here.
Children, needed to be dressed like these grown women. But then not only do they have them dressed like the women, they have them posing like the grown women who are in their ads, like literally with their butts to the back, with their butts to the side. You know, like my mom used to say when I was a little girl and I would stand, you know, with my hands on my hips, she would ask me about what she would say, what are you putting your hands on? Your imagination? You know, and so like I look at those little girls and like, yeah, they got their hands on their imaginations with their little, butts poked out to the back. And it's just like, this is craziness to me. Oh, hey, Ben, you got some money from Ben.
Yeah,
Thanks for the topic.
Yeah, this gives a whole
side.
new meaning. The baby got back. You don't want to do.
Yeah.
They try to have this little baby have back, and they need their ass whooped.
Absolutely.
Yeah, brother Ben, what's up? Thanks, man.
Absolutely. These little girls should not be. I mean, they shouldn't even be in in those clothes. But if you're going to put them in those clothes, they do not need to be posed like that for sure. Like, you know, I don't care what little girls wearing. They don't need to be posing with their little butts to the back. You know, who are they, trying to impress? Like, that's craziness to me. You know, let little girls.
What is the parents' mind when they did that and said, "That looks so cute"?
Right. Like, we can go to the club together now, girl. Like, like we can order matching thought outfits now. Oh, girl, I got one of me. I got me one of these zebra print, bra tops. Let me get one. Oh, let me see. Oh, they do have one in a girl size 6. Let me get one for my 2nd grader. Girl, you're gonna be on and popping when you get, or shit. Well, nobody goes to school anymore. So when you sitting at home for your Zoom lesson, you gotta show everybody your new bra top, girl. When you sitting down doing your mathematics, like, what the fuck is going on? I don't get it.
Right. You ain't lying. It's just crazy, man. Ain't no way in the world I could do that. And then they wonder why this pedophilia and stuff is going crazy. Like, as you a YouTuber like me, every video we upload, they got that stuff up there and stuff.
So many restrictions now.
Yeah, because they found out that pedophiles, the reason why was a couple years ago, it was like some secret list or something. They found that pedophiles were sharing videos on YouTube that had kids in it that everybody was going to watch because they dress like that. So they thinking that they kids doing this and that, and you got a secret network of people coming to watch your kids. And you put them out there like that. Like, how could, and they probably don't care. I got paid.
Yeah.
I got views.
Right. Exactly. It's
Roxy
funny
got
because
a point right here. She said cute used to be bows and frilly socks. What the hell happened?
Absolutely, Roxy. That's how my mom had me laced from head to toe, bows in my head, and my, socks with 4 layers of lace on my socks and my cute little pearl bag. And and I hated it. I wanted to be in my jeans and my shorts, I just wanted to be able to play, but to a degree, my parents, my mom and I were just talking about this the other day. It's funny because she bought me, all the dolls that came out. I had all the Cabbage Patch Kids, Barbie dolls, whatever you name it, I had it. But I like my stuffed animals and my Tonka truck. I love my Tonka truck. And she was just like, okay. She's like, why didn't I see
Big
this?
Yellow.
She's like, huh?
Big Yellow.
Yeah, the big yellow indestructible Tonka truck. And she's like, of course you. She's like, yeah, that was my favorite toy. And I put my, I would, be doing all kinds of stuff in my head, with my Tonka truck. But she's like, of course you would go into construction management. You and your freaking Tonka truck. Why didn't we think of that? And I would not be excited about my dolls. And she asked me, she's like, didn't you try to flush one of your dolls down the toilet? And I was like, I think I did. I vaguely remember that. But she was asking me, she's like, what was it about you and your dolls? She's like, why didn't you like the dolls that I got? And I'm like, I was like, it wasn't that I necessarily didn't like them. Like, if they had like hair that I could comb, I might do that for a second. But, I liked just, they weren't fun. Like, I don't feel like doing this right now. Like, if I wanted to play, I wanted to play.
Right.
But yeah, back to the young girls and the sexualization of young girls. Did anybody watch, and not the trailer, but did anybody watch the movie Cuties? Because I know that it was getting a lot of flack, and I think that, I don't know, I kind of think that that might be, if my members, that was okay. So it was a movie by a Black woman director, French director. And when it came out, people were like, boycott Netflix, boycott Netflix. They're putting kiddie porn out here. So it's a movie about an 11-year-old girl who wants to join this twerk team. And like they show different dance competitions they go to or whatever. And so the poster that they put out in America for the film, it has okay, so it has like a bunch of little girls in a tiny like that, yeah, in the blue, yeah, that's the okay. And then you see right next to it, you see right, the picture that's right next to it, that's how you say cuties in French. I speak Spanish, I don't speak French, so however that word is pronounced, that's the poster that was put out in France for the movie. It's a Black woman from France. She based the movie on her own life. And I believe, and I went on and watched it because I'm like, what is the point? Like, and what's all the uproar about? And I think that people were in an uproar about the trailer, you know, and about what they thought it was about. And there were so many people doing reactions to the trailer. I'm like, is anybody going to actually watch the movie? And so I watched it. And there were definitely some scenes. What I didn't like was the way that some of the scenes were shot. Some of the angles were a little too intrusive for my taste. But the woman was trying to make a point, because this is something that she's younger than I am. I don't know. She's in her early 30s, late 20s, the director. And so she's making a point about social media and how girls feel like they need to put it all out there to be, you know, accepted or whatever. And then this little girl has all these other crazy things going on at home. She's an immigrant from somewhere in Africa. Her family, they're immigrants from somewhere in Africa. They go to France. Her father gets there. He's having a whole nother affair with this woman, and he wants the girl's mother to be like, I want a second wife and you need to accept it, you know, type of thing. So like the girl has a whole lot of little shit going on. So the twerk team is like an escape for her, or so she thinks, until she really gets into it. And then even she realizes that this isn't what I thought it was. But people were so caught up in the, oh God, look at those little girls. And I think though, if I can be honest, I think that if that poster had been the same poster that you saw and it would have been all Black girls, that there would have been no uproar about this fucking movie. And that's just my straight up opinion. But I think that because white people were looking at little white girls in that light, then we got to shut this thing down. Boycott Netflix, shut everything down, yada, yada, yada.
What do you think about this tweet? If you watch 11-year-olds twerk, you're a perv. He's oversimplifying this now, but
right.
If you watch 11-year-olds twerk, and then if you direct them, then you're a pedophile. And you like he make it seem like you just stood him in the corner and said, touch yourself and twerk.
Right. And so I can tell the tweets from people who watch the movie and who watch the trailer, because a lot of people still, even after watching the movie, still had some criticism, because like I said, there were some angles that I did not like from this director. They were shot too close. Like, why are we, you know, seeing, you know, the little girl's butt from this angle? Like, there were some things that I did not like, but I did get the point of the movie. But what I would say though, those same people, if they're not in the same kind of uproar, right? Okay, elite, exactly. But there should be the same kind of uproar from those people about toddlers and tiaras, because it's the same type of sexualization that's going on the TLC network, wherever that freaking Honey Boo Boo came from. That's the same type of sexualization that's been going on with little girls, and a lot of the stuff, like where the little girls are just doing pageant stuff and dancing stuff. They're dressed pretty much the same way, you know, and it's, you know, a lot of what I've seen on just these basic cable networks is pretty bad, you know. But that's like the point of it. The point of it is like you want to be on this team. This is a winning dance team. You want to be a toddler in a tiara. You want to be the one who wins. So you want to be a 4-year-old with a face full of makeup and curls down to, you know, the middle of your back. And so it's just like, this is no worse than, you know, that other stuff. And so my thing is, fine, don't like cuties. And my thing is, watching it once was watching it enough. Now I do take issue with any adult, especially an adult male, who would say, you know, it wasn't that bad. And I watched it again, you know, then we got a problem. But, you know, I did appreciate
some cuties.
Huh?
They say, you know what? There actually was some cuties.
Yeah, exactly.
I like them little cuties. I watched Cuties Part 2.
Right. R. Kelly's in his cell trying to see if he can, you know, get Netflix, you know. How you spell
and I'm begging it for you. I think about it every night and day. I see the cuties come my way.
Stop.
I think I saw when the cuties
however
through the door.
These girls are being sexualized, and actually that was the point of the movie, you know. And I hate that a lot of people. The funny thing was, though, oddly enough, the people who I saw who reviewed it, I saw 4 people who reviewed it, and they were all Black men. 3 of them did say, you know, now, and they all said, okay, there was a point to this movie. Well, actually, all 4 of them said, okay, there was a point. 2 of them were kind of like, okay, I see exactly what this director was doing. And those 2, they were not American men. One was from Haiti and one was from Ethiopia. And then there was there were 2 Black American men who watched it. They actually did a review together. And one of them, I don't know if he has children or not. I don't know if I don't think either of them had children yet. But anyway, one of them was just like, okay, I get the director's point, but this was kind of creepy. But then the other one was like, yeah, man, the 3rd time I watched it, I was like, wait a minute, like, hold up. Like, we're all just, I think we're supposed to all think that it's creepy, you know, like we don't have to like go in on the director or whatever, but I think that like everybody should be walking away thinking, I got the point, you know, and that was enough. Like, this is not one like that the family's going to be watching every, you know, holiday season. Like, all right, y'all, cue up kitties and let's, you know, carve a turkey. It's not that, but it does make a point, and I think that it would be good, like, you know, maybe for people who do have little girls coming up in this social age media, to sit down and have a discussion with them about the things they're seeing. Well, okay, is this how you feel? Do you feel like you need to present yourself this way to little boys to get attention? Is getting attention that important? It can be a conversation piece, you know, if looked at the right way. But, you know, but no, I do. Definitely, I would say for American audiences, the way that we, you know, look at kids, it is a little risque. But then I think about, what is that, American Pie? Those were all supposed to be high school kids fucking, you know, and people were looking at that, even though the actors were older, we know, not much older, but it's like Americans are like okay with watching 15-year-olds fuck, but, you know, these 12-year-old girls, you know, dancing like, boycott Netflix. So it's just like America has to, I think, really think about the issue that it, you know, has about the way that we look at kids. You know, it's like a little bit too much accepted pedophilia.
Right. They don't feel that way in France like that with love.
Right. It's different.
Right.
European standards are very different about, you know, just the nude body in general, you know, but she was just I got the point.
You do got a point though. They was all fully clothed and further back for theirs, and then all half naked and up close for the American one. Maybe they figured that would get people to watch it more with us.
And I don't know. It was almost like they set up the Black director to fail in America. Like, let's make it look like, you know, kiddie porn show. Hey, you know, and I don't know. Maybe all the pedophiles were excited about it coming out, but anybody with a child was like, hold up. But I don't know.
Right. All right, Ty. We had a great time. It's been 2-hour show so far, everybody. Y'all done had a lot of great comments. Y'all done had great comments with each other too in the comment section. I want to thank everybody, Sweet Serenity, everybody support the channel. And I appreciate all the support, Big Ben. And anything you want to say before we close this episode?
Nothing that I can think of that's extremely important. Thank you all for having me here on your man Jay's channel. I know that y'all come to see him, but thank you for adopting me for tonight. I appreciate it. And
you're gonna be here more often now, so you don't have to worry about it.
Every other Friday. Y'all have Jay to y'allself the rest of the time. But and please come and watch him on my channel every other Thursday. And we have a good ass time over there when when we're on my channel talking about relationship stuff. And since Jay never cares what the topic is going to be, I'll go in and let you know. I always ask him, something you want to talk about? Nah, whatever, I just like to go off the cuff. Well, I'm gonna let you know next Thursday when we're over there on my channel talking, then we will discuss this whole Saweetie catastrophe about the Birkin bags, and if your man can't buy you a Birkin bag, then you need to lose him. So just want to have that conversation. Last week we talked about the last time that we were on a live together on my channel, we had the conversation about dating and who should pay, and that conversation went left, all the way left, and that was because of the people who called in.
Yeah, if you guys have not seen that episode, definitely go back to last week's episode. It was a great one, and we went for 3 hours. We had Dr. Chris come through, and I'm just gonna say you need to see that whole thing, and dynamic was interesting, and I think it was worth watching, to say the least. You know me, Ty.
Yeah.
It was a mess. It was something, but it was a good mess, a beautiful mess.
It was a hot mess.
Right.
Oh, hi, Merlot Vines. And thank you all, all the people who came from my channel, I appreciate you. And all the people who, from Jay's channel who come to my channel, Whitney's always there. John is over there. I appreciate y'all for coming and checking me out too, even if Jay is not there. Even if Jay doesn't even come and watch my content when he's not on, it's all good. At least y'all do. Jay won't.
Hey, like I tell you, I know you love to say that joke. You never know who watching. Like right now, we got 30 people live watching. I don't know who those 30 people are. We only got about 7 people that's commented. So who is those other people watching live? And then when this video over 500 views, who are those people?
Well, I make myself known when I come to a live stream, and I would appreciate, as a fellow YouTuber and content creator, that it helps just to have a freaking thumbs up and a fucking comment. So if you do come to my channel and you're not leaving any kind of impersonation, any kind of imprint, any kind of impact on my channel, then fuck you, because you should be, because that's really fucked up if you're not, because that helps my channel. I'm over there on struggle trying to get to 10,000, and Jay's over here over 25,000, not leaving no fucking comments if he's even coming. Brother.
I done had 25,000 like 2 months ago. I still ain't even had 100 people subscribe yet. What are you talking about since then? But I may not always be able to catch it live, but I may see the replay, and I have made comments.
You don't comment and say you did?
Huh?
You don't comment and say you did?
Yeah, I did. You don't look at all your comments, and I gave a couple thumbs up. Better double check.
Is it? Let me.
Don't put me with Wheezy and Greasy. Don't put me in between Greasy and Wheezy now. Come on now. Don't do me like that. Anyway.
Thank you, y'all. I know I'll get there. I appreciate it, John. John, I know one day I'll get there. I'm patient.
Just joking, man. It's hard.
Just keep putting out good content, and one day it'll be so good that even Jay will come watch. We'll see.
We'll see, man. We'll work on the content rather.
Yeah, I'll keep working at it.
Hey, I'll be there for them Real Housewives. Girl, when they put Cookie Line on the Real Housewives, that's when I'll be there for that Cookie Line. They don't have no Real Housewife in there because he used to run by how with Lucha. Lucha, where Peggy? Oh, pig leg, Lucha. I'm going to tell these real hoes who the Real Housewife is. I run this Empire Cookie Line.
Now, see, I don't even discuss the housewives on my channel. I did bring a YouTuber, a guest on because he does on his channel. And like Jay is helping me out, you know, I do try to help, you know, content creators who are even smaller than me, if you can imagine that, you know, get them over on my channel, you know, in front of my people so that other people can see them too. And that's when I had the housewives discussion with him. Thank you, Merlo Bynes. I appreciate it.
Hey man, we gonna all rise together.
Trying to make it.
Yeah, I build a network. We're gonna work with everybody. We're gonna get the little black YouTuber coalition started and expand it to everybody. It don't just gotta be that, but you know, we have a hard time getting noticed and support. So you know, but we'll make it, man. You know. Yeah. As far as what I got planned next week, next Friday, you know, I'm a Thursday next week be on Ty's channel, and I put the link in there so you guys can subscribe if you haven't already. And then Friday, I'm trying to have another person come with me, and I'm gonna do something different. It's gonna be like an all comedic Friday, so we'll see how that go. We'll be doing a lot of different takes on stuff, so trying out some new things, trying to change it up, keep it interesting. You know,
me too.
So, yeah,
me too.
Yeah, y'all stick around. We working hard for y'all, so I hope y'all appreciate it. We appreciate you, and we'll see you on the next one.
Oh, wait.
I just caught it in. Smacked it in. Got it all the love all over.
For us, I gotta remember which way to go because I'm always thinking like, do like this.
Right. Wait. Whoop. Thanks for the love.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, y'all. We out of here. I appreciate you. Thanks a lot.
Have a good weekend. Have a happy Halloween. Halloween fell on the weekend.
Y'all take care and you know, be safe out here on the weekend before the ghetto boys trick or treating.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah.